phrase substitution. Alright, as soon as we see the sentence, we see. Let's read. The girl could not stand him any longer as his words were adding salt to injury. Okay, so my highlighted phrase is adding salt to injury. Alright, and then I have options 1 to 4, and then I have no correction required. Adding pressure to wound, rubbing salt to injury, adding insult to injury, adding salt to wound. Okay, yeah. So what's the right phrase? Now, just so you understand, okay, there are two phrases. Some of you may be confused with that, right? The first phrase is adding insult to injury, right? So when I say adding insult to injury, I'm talking about you're making a bad situation even worse, right? So somebody is already hurt, you're going ahead and hurting them again. So that's adding insult to injury. Now another phrase is rubbing salt into the wound. Rubbing salt into the wound. That's another idiomatic phrase, which means what? It pretty much means the same thing. Basically, you're making a difficult situation even worse. Yes, rub salt into wound. Yes, that's the phrase. Depending on the context, it will take up different forms of the verb, right? So, rubbing salt into the wound also means to make a difficult situation even worse for someone. Like, this is like the literal meaning. If you have a hurt and if you put salt, you'll see stars. Meaning it's painful, right? So having said that, do we have rubbing salt into the wound as an expression here? It's all very confusing, right? It says rubbing salt to injury. They've mixed both here and there, adding pressure to the wound. So obviously the answer is adding insult to injury, which is the right phrase here, right? The professor said when the going gets tough, the people get tough. Okay, what does that mean? This is also a very common phrase. In fact, it's an old proverb. When the going gets tough, what's the right one? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's the right proverb, right? What does it mean? When the going meaning the situation, right, gets tough. Tough meaning if difficult. The tough meaning the people, the ones who are strong, right, get going, they push on. They continue to be even more with full force. They continue doing what they are doing, or they are engaged with full. Yes. So basically what it means is when the situation becomes difficult, this is an old proverb. The ones who are strong, the tough, right, get going meaning will become engaged, as in they will continue with full force. They will not give up. They will continue to strive. Yes, don't give up spirit, survival of the fittest. Yes, all that. Though it was a race against time, they managed to fill and submit their examination forms. Option, race against time is a highlighted phrase. Race for time, race in time, race before time, race with time. What's the right expression here? It's definitely not race for time, not race in time, race before time. The highlighted phrase as such is correct, no correction required. What does the highlighted phrase mean? Race against time meaning in a rush or in a hurry to beat the deadline, right? So the deadline for them was to fill and submit the examination forms. So race against time, right? That's the right expression, no error. Heartfelt prayers to God will always have expected results. So the highlighted phrases have expected results. Let's look at our options. So here, when it comes to phrase substitution, we are looking at clue words. What's the clue word? Quickly guys, there's only one highlighting keyword in the context. How difficult is it for you to spot it? Don't give me the answer option. Answer my question. What's the clue word? See, if you look at all the options, the difference is with the adjective, right? It says good, amazing, desired. So what are they referring to? What is good and what is amazing and what is desired? From the context. See, always is just a frequency adverb, right? Adverb of frequency. Okay, fine. I can take that as a clue word also, but one of the most important clue word is prayers itself, right? That's your clue word. So when I'm saying prayers, right? What is a prayer? It's basically it's your supplication, right? You're pouring out your inner desire to God, right? Your desire to either pass the exam with flying colors or your desire to, get that dream job of yours, or your desire to marry that beautiful person, handsome boy or beautiful girl, right? So your prayer is always you kneeling before God or coming before God and pouring out your inner desires. So your clue word being prayer, the right word is desired results. In fact, desired results is a collocation, adjective plus noun collocation. Amazing results, yes, right? But I want you to align it or connect it to the clue word prayer. Heartfelt prayers to God will always have desired results, because prayer is nothing but you pouring out your desires to God. This is what I want. This is what I desire. Please God, help me with this, right? You're bringing or putting forward all of your heartfelt desires to God. So the right collocation is have desired results. Option D. Not good results, not amazing results, and definitely not expected results. See, because sometimes I want you to apply a little bit of logic. Why is the highlighted phrase itself not correct? Okay. Because you might have a desire, right? You might expect something, but God might give you something more than what you expected, right? So expected results is not the right collocation one also in this context, right? There are collocations with amazing results and expected results. That's different. But in the context, the most effective collocation is desired results. No sooner had he reaching the station than the train began to move. This is an easy one because we are familiar with the construction or the form of no sooner. If a sentence begins with no sooner, we know the form. We need a verb 3, past participle, right? So which is giving you that option? Is it option A, ing? No. Is it option B, simple present? No. No improvement. Of course we need improvement because it is an ing form. So it has to be option D. No sooner had he reached the station than the train began to move. Clear? Right? So this is an easy one. Sincerity is always appreciated. Appreciated is the one that is highlighted. I have option A, weighted, option B, enjoyed, option C, enhanced, option D, no improvement. Okay, so what's it going to be? In fact, in terms of collocations, right, let me put down some phrases for you. Sincerity makes others feel safe and appreciated. I have always appreciated your sincerity and approach to your job. Yeah? So did you look at that? So in the context, the more colloquial word that goes with sincerity is appreciated. There is no need for you to improve anything. Enhance is not the right word here. Enjoyed, weighted and all are unrelated words, illogical. Right? So sincerity is, if someone's sincere, you appreciate them for being sincere, right? That's the right word. So no improvement for this. Okay? Honesty is more superior than riches. There is an error. How do we know that? Because it's a comparative form, right? If it's comparative, we are comparing honesty and riches. I already know that you can't use more or most with superior or comparative degree or superlative degree. Already more or most, right? We know that. So we know the highlighted phrase is incorrect. So definitely there has to be improvement. Is it B, C or D? What's the answer? It's definitely not lower than. And we just established the fact that more superior to is incorrect. So the answer has to be option B. However, honesty is far superior to, you can say it in different ways. Honesty is superior to riches, or you could say honesty is far better than riches. That's another way of saying it. And the other way is what is there in the context. Honesty is far superior. In fact, instead of far superior, far better than is a more correct collocation. But what I'm trying to say is superior is always followed by to and not then. Right?